Hi everyone. Oh, I do that every time I come in video. It's horrible. Um, I'm coming back on to show you another Show Me 5, and this time we are using the frosted florals. So this is the first frost, which is the stamp set for the suite. The dies are called Frosted Bouquet, and then you've got the frosted florals as the DSP. So I have mounted a few of these onto blocks already. This one, that one, this one, and that one. Because I actually already have a lot of the flowers in different colours already stamped and punched, die cut out. So these are 4 that I've made off camera. They're all new designs. If I have made a card using First Frost prior to putting this series together, I don't include it. These are brand new projects for this series, so you can see there's a wide scope that you can use. So this one here, I used this stamp, and what I did was stamped it down the way and then turned the stamp and stamped the other way. So in the centre here, we actually have a crossover. I don't even think you can see down there, you can't. But obviously there's parts where it's doubled over. So that's why I put the belly band on. And then I've added a bit of the white with the silver trim ribbon. I've added some of the little branch die cuts, which I also have pre-cut. I like to have a selection pre-done so that if I'm in a hurry to make a card, I've got things ready to go. So I use some of them, and I use some of the Champagne Mist shimmer paint, and I used it just on one of my wee daubers, just to add a little bit of sparkle to it. I also went round the edge of my card there with it, if you can just see on the green. So the green I used was Mossy Meadow. I've added 5 little rhinestones. I have printed the sentiment out with Mossy Meadow, and then I've put a wee silver banner around it because we've got a bit of silver in the ribbon, so it's still tied in. So that was one card. Then we have got this one, and I've used this a slither of the DSP. I've used an assortment of the flowers and the dies, all different colours. I've got, I think, is it powder pink that's in that one? Yeah. So we've got powder pink, we have got the Merry Merlot. Is Rich Razzleberry in it? No, it's not. We've got Blushing Bride. So there is a variety. I've got some of the soft sea foam here and here. I've got Blackberry Bliss here. So it's just little touches. And then I have stamped out with the grey granite, the sentiment, and added a tiny silver border because we've got a bit of it's almost silver on this. So I think it works. And I've added, I think I've got 7 rhinestones on here, just in amongst. And then I have used my Wink of Stella and splattered shimmer all over it. And that's powder pink in the background there as well. So that's my second card. Our third card is using grey granite. Now, I don't know if this is some sort of chemical reaction, I don't know. But I used grey granite, and then I put some of my champagne mist on top of it, and that's the colour it came out. It's almost golden. So I'm not sure if it's a chemical reaction in it, but it works, it's fine. I have added just a little bit onto all the die cuts. I have actually stamped underneath, so these look dimensional. You can obviously puff them up a bit. Then I have got some grey granite flowers down here. I've added a bit of the linen trim. Is it braided linen it's called? Can't remember. It's in the holiday catalogue. Do you know, I have got two catalogues down here. I've got the Stampin' Success and I have got my holiday catalogue. And every single time I go to lift my catalogue, I pick Stampin' Success. Yeah, it's braided linen trim, that's what it's called. And it's there in the catalogue under the Country Lane suite. Sorry, I'm filming. What's up?
I'm just coming to say good morning. Hi everyone.
That's Jaden saying good morning, even though it's afternoon here. So yeah, we've got the braided linen trim, and I always like to just splatter the ends of it, just shred them up so that it looks quite tatty. I like that effect. And again, I have splattered it with my Wink of Stella, so it's all sparkly. So that was my third card. My fourth card is quite similar to this one, except I stamped a background using the grey granite. I have used the grey granite flowers, and I think there might be soft suede in there as well, if I'm honest, because I stamped off quite a few. I've done the linen braid again. This one I used the Truly Tailored punch, actually punched out on soft suede, cut it in half and then put either side at top and bottom to give it a little bit more colour. I've used a little bit of the DSP from the Frosted Florals, but I haven't added any sparkle to this because I think this would be used as a masculine card. Even though there's florals on it, I think it's neutral enough for it to pass as masculine. I don't think it's a big issue. So that's the three that I've come up with so far. Now my fourth one, I am absolutely 100% winging it. I haven't got an idea in my head. I have got the stamp set, I have got the die cuts, and I've got my DSP. That's it. So I'm going to have a flick through the DSP first and see what jumps out at me, if anything. Oops, so I've got a few scraps here. I quite like the thistle one. I might use that today actually. Or will I use mint macaron? I don't think I've used that yet. Let me just check, because I don't want to double up. I want to try and use different colour schemes. Yep, I've not used that, so I'll use that one, because that's quite neutral. So let me just push that up under there, and we'll cut this to size. So let me think. Mint macaron is now a circle, I believe. Yep. So I'll grab a mint macaron out, if I've got any left in here, that is. I have. Oops, there's a hair jumped in there. Malaya, there's two. Right, so got that. So I want to cut these down. And I will cut, I'll bring you down here a wee bit so you can see. So I'm going to cut this at, let me think, 10. And right, that's enough. And 14.3. So that's that. Then this one I want to come in at 9.5 and 13.8 centimeters. That will layer on that. And then I need a layer of white. I have got white cut, but I want to trim it. So where did I put it? It's down here. My hands are actually in so much pain today. Unreal. I've actually got, I don't know if you'll see it, it's like a yellow tinge. I've got tiger balm on my hands to try and ease it a wee bit, but it's not really working today. Right, so this layer, that was 9.5. I'm going to come in at 8.5 because I do want to see a bit of that DSP, and I might actually come in even more. So that was 8.5, so that was 2. So we're going in at 1. So that's at 12.8. We're cutting that. And let me see if that is going to show enough. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Put my trimmer away. And yes, I'm sitting with my shorts on and my work top. Right, so we've got that. Oh, excuse me. And I want another bit of that white with silver, I think. Or did we bring out a new mint macaron? I'm not sure. In fact, will that maybe work? Let me see. If this works, I'll pull a bit of that off instead. Yeah, that will work. We've got the Tranquil Tide ribbon. Right, so we've got our basic there. So let me get this out the way, and then we can work on putting the card together now. I'm just going to put all this at the back end. Oops. It's going nice. And that's just how I store my DSP. For the ones that I'm using, I do keep a sheet of 12 by 12, and once I start cutting into my 12 by 12, then I will order another pack, because then I know that I'm running low. Right, so we've got that. We have got this here. Then we want some colour. So let me just pull in some of these wee sprigs. So we've got one. Last one in the bag. 1, 2, and 3 in the mint macaron. So we can just flip them aside now. Then I've got this here. I've got, and there is some Tranquil Tide in this, so I can blend the two anyway. I do like some of the thistles, but the thistles I have tended to keep the colour I've tended to keep the colours very much in their own families. So I'm just trying to find some more mint macaron, because those are more of the tranquil tide end. Let's look at this one here, which the green isn't tranquil tide, or so I think that's soft sea foam, or what's the other one that I've got? Pear pizzazz, but it's been stamped off, so it might work. It says I'm just trying to find colours that will go with it. See, that will tie in with those leaves there, so I might use that and just tuck it under somewhere so that it's not a prominent colour. For some reason I don't think I've got many mint macaron in that colour scheme. No idea why. Right, I've not, so we're going with that, and I'll grab a few of the smaller ones of that so I can position them underneath, etc. That's another one of the tranquil tide, but I think I'll trim that. There we go, there's another one there. Right, so we can get rid of that for now and start putting this wee card together. Right, so I need to stamp a sentiment as well, and I want the sentiment to be the large one, and I need, let me think, I need this punch here, which is the everyday label punch, bit of white cardstock, mint macaron, where are you? Why can I not see you? Hiding? Yes, it's hiding. Very bottom of the shelf, which is crazy because, you know, see when that was an in colour, I couldn't get enough of it. I used it constantly, and see now it's been made a permanent colour. I don't think I've used it much at all. Right, so there we go. Mint macaron. Oops, move that aside just now. And it doesn't matter if it's straight or not, because it's getting punched out. I'm just letting it transfer for a second or two. That's fine. There we go. And then we're punching that out. So that looks even. Put that up there. Put that away. So my plan is to have this here, have my ribbon behind it, and then have all the flowers coming out from behind that. Okay, so we'll start where we mean to go on. I want clear up my bases first, and I'm using my big ATG gun because it's just handier when my hands are so sore, because I don't need to foot it about with wee tearing tapes or opening and shutting lids on wet glue. It just makes things a little bit easier on me. There we go. Got that. Now I need a card base. Let me see if we've got any left up there. Nope. Let me think. I'll just pull one of the new packs over. As I've said many times, I buy my card bases pre-bought, because I love the decal edged. I think it just adds a little something to my cards. So I'll just pull out a wee pile, back over, and I only need one just now. Put the rest up on my shelf. Fold that and burnish it. Ouch. Just stabbed myself with the tip of it. That was really sore. One of those days, wasn't it? Then that will get layered onto there, like that. So I'm just turning it as I go along. Like so. And there's a little bit of glue hanging out there, so I'm just tucking that back under, like so. That looks fine. Right, next up we have got our stamping layer, which is where I am going to add my ribbon to. So just going to turn it that way and just add a bit of adhesive to it. Like so. Take my ribbon, not throw my card away. Right, so take my ribbon and add one and two to there, and then trim it off. Okay, and then we'll layer that on. So let me position that down a wee bit, that's better. So that's going on around there. Yep, like that. Okay, so I can get rid of that just now. And then we can start putting things on it now. So I want this popped up on dimensionals, and I've got these ones. These are actually a bit thicker. The dimensionals from Stampin' Up are 2mm, I believe. These are 3mm, so they give me just a tiny wee bit extra height to tuck things under, etc. 4 on there. One, 2, 3, 4. And I'm putting them in a bin before they decide to go rogue and disappear on me. There they are. Right, so that's getting popped up on here. Like that. And then we're ready to start tucking things in. So with this one I am taking the leaves off. Okay, so I'm chopping them off. And I want that coming in from here. So let me grab, I'll just use a wee bit of this. But what I'll do is put it onto my, and then I can just daub it in rather than me having to keep doing it. So it's only the bottom part that I need. And that's tons. So I'm just positioning it slightly and then under, like so. Let's see if I can bring you in a wee bit closer. Then we've got this one here, which I'm going to use the whole one. So that'll be coming over at this side. So again, I'm just going to plop some glue onto the places that I think it needs it. Oops, a bit extra on there. That's fine. So I'm going to just position that there. And I've left that bit loose so that I can tuck things in there if I want to. Right, then we've got these ones here. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue on them and position them in there. One there. And I want another one at the other side of that. So that's going in here, like that. And then we're on to our larger flowers. Oops, I've got another big leaf here that I'll put in, like the vine. So that's going to come under there. And I think I'll tuck it under that and come over like that, yeah. Okie dokie. I just like to get an idea of what I'm doing before I actually put it down. So I'm just picking up another wee bit of glue to go along. Right, so this bit is going underneath, about there. Stick that down, that's going under that part, like that. Right, then we've got our flowers. So I'm going to cut this one in half, and that's going to come under here, just as a start, because I want it to look as though the flowers are actually behind it as well. Oops, so there's definitely got to be a flower there now. So that one is going under, like that. Under you go, no playing up. Right, then we'll have this one down here. because there's already glue splattered there. Then I want a larger one here. So I'm going to put this up on dimensional so that it's over the top of them. So there's 1 and 2. And I just done sheets and sheets of these, doing 3 or 4 different layers. Some were stamped off, some were 3rd generation. It just is totally up to you what you think will work best. Then I want one under here, like that. And I think I'll put that up in a dimensional as well. Right, and then I want a second large one up here, so that would be turned that way, like that. Alright, okay. Right, I know. Right, okay. Oh, my head is bouncing again. Right, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue to them. I'm just taking some of the glue off because I don't want it to be seeping out. So just tuck that under. Come on, you. That's fine there. Like that. And then I want another one popped up here, I think. So one more dimensional up there. It's all about building on your layers, because if you keep everything flat, there's no dimension to it and there's no interest to it. So you need to try and build things up so that you've got more shape. So if I position that under there, that's meant to be flat, but that bit isn't supposed to be. There we are. So like that. Then I need something here, but I don't know if I want to put that under. I think I'll put another half under there. Yeah, that half works perfectly. So I'm just adding a bit of glue, give it a wee smush out, and then we'll position it under. Like that. And then what we just need to do is add some extra bling, sparkle, a little bit of something. So I'm going to zoom you out a bit for this part because I'm going to add some Wink of Stella shimmer to it. Right, so I'm going to take my big scissors, move everything else out the way, and then what you do is just tap your Wink of Stella over the top of your card. And from there you will think, right, okay, and it's probably done nothing, but when I show you up close you'll see exactly what it's done. Can you see all that sparkle? That's what the Wink of Stella has done. And I think it's just pretty. So if I bring in my other cards, and you can see them all together, hopefully. Stay. So that was my selection for this week, for my Show Me 5. So I hope it gave you a bit of a boost for what you can do with the Frosted Floral Suite. I think it's a beautiful suite, and it's not just for Christmas. Absolutely not. You could get away with this all year round. If there's anything you would like seen more of, just pop me a message in the comments and I will see what I can do for you. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.